I had an interesting comment that I wanted to respond on a video because it is kind of really cool and something that we all kind of need to know. The stage that our human capability is right now is we're more like caterpillars, and we're about to evolve. All of our experiences that we are having right now is stuck with the limitness of this body form that we have right now. And what's keeping us together? Kind of understand DNA, and understand what DNA is, kind of understand why we perceive a mountain to be solid when in fact at the smallest level nothing's solid about it. There's something that forms a mountain and makes it solid, and a lot of that is our comprehension, and what we believe to be true is what we create. Turns out that just about everything we believe to be true is actually quite false. But it's holding our reality together, and it's creating everything that we are experiencing. We can't see our connections. If you don't see a connection to your food, you just get it every day. If there's something along the chain of how we get our food goes wrong and you don't know about it, then you're going to end up with no food. So we all have to sort of have a gratitude and an awareness to where we get our food from and make sure that path is never broken. So there's a lot to how we're perceiving our reality, and it's a lack of information. We have a limited understanding of this bigger picture that's going on, and it's the limitness of ourselves that are preventing us from seeing the bigger picture. And it does involve, a shared oneness. We have to all get on this planet together and have like-minded. If you think only a few are needed for this transformation, you're dead wrong. Whatever plan of the solution, um, it has to involve everybody. Everybody must be included. You cannot have a cost-effective rule that says, oh, some must die. It's got to be a plan where everybody lives for everybody to evolve. And you can sort of see, this religious, you got to accept your death, and that's how you evolve and transcend and get to God. And it's like, it's the same thing as saying a caterpillar needs to die in order to turn into a butterfly. And the same thing would be that the body needs to die in order to ascend to God. It's like, no, you've got to live. The whole goal has to be to live and get within our cocoons that transforms us into the butterflies that we're supposed to be. And this post that this guy is saying is that for some reason he has this will to fly. He wants to fly, and that we are limited. We don't really have free will because our bodies are preventing us, from those limitations. And that's correct. The way you are holding your body, the way you believe your body to be and its fullest potential to be, will formulate limited beliefs that tell you the body can't fly. But the thought, the wish, the push for you to fly has a purpose. It's sort of like the direction you need to go into. What does it take for the body to transform itself in order to fly? There, I don't know the answer to everything. I mean, for me to say, hey, the body would fly, it's like, that didn't come to me. But if somebody has that big of a push, that big of a, oh yes, we can fly, who am I to say that that's wrong? He has a passion for it. He has this constant thing. He's starting to see that it's our limitations. Yeah, we are limited. Everything that we see is limited, but in our potential, what would happen? Well, if somebody has a vision that we can fly, I say that's pretty big direction. That, yeah, I think that that's possible. And some of the sciences that I've done research from, um, when he was connected, this scientist was connected with the mind of Amanta, This Manta led him down a path to show him, look at my world and look at what I see. And while he was perceiving that, a fish are just in water, no, this Manta took him through a flight throughout the universe, within the waters. He's seen a completely different picture once he was in the mind of a Manta. He was actually even able to communicate with this Manta. Now, is this true? Well, I've had some aspects of my life where that was experienced too. I can relate to what he's talking about because I have that same experience with myself. Um, I didn't have the exact same experiences as this guy, but we are starting to wake up that to a time traveling, to an experience outside of our minds and what's there, what's out there. Something is real about that. And we don't really see where that is going. I don't know what it is. You have to get outside this bubble to be able to see that you're in a bubble and then understand where the other bubble is going to take you. But you got to kind of look at, well, would that be a bad thing? If we all could fly as free as a bird, is that a bad thing? Like, if some can have that ability, would you want that ability? I mean, we really have to open up our minds to a different way of being. Like, we'd be a lot healthier. The planet would definitely be a lot healthier if we didn't need cars and planes, that pollute the world. That if we were free spirits, we could fly. Like, we have this, religious people say that, you got to die and go to heaven and there's angels and you're flying around. Well, can we put that puzzle together, that, okay, maybe that's where we're headed? Maybe that's what heaven is about, is that you can fly like angels? Like, I don't know. I don't know, but I have to agree that it is our limited bodies and that are preventing us from unfolding our possibilities. And I know that everything is possible. If that rule is true, if you can say everything is possible, and the only thing that has proven something to be impossible is a limited belief, you just don't know how, that law has to be true all the way down. So to know how to fly, yeah, I don't know how it's done, but doesn't mean it can't be. We just never seen anybody do it. If you have a wish, want, and desire to do that, what would it take? What would it take to make that happen? Sort of reverse mechanics. Well, you got to kind of have this and this and this, kind of got to get rid of this body. Do you have to die? Like, everything has to be in agreement with everybody else. I don't want to die to be able to turn into that. So, within the laws and the, what we all want to believe in, okay, in order to be able to fly, it can't include death because that is not in agreement with everybody. So there's some kind of process that has to go from, okay, we all live, we all know that there's going to be a transition, something's going to happen if we end up solving all of these problems. So what is it that we're headed towards? What is it we ultimately want to go? Does everybody in agreement say, hey, flying like a bird would be kind of cool? Like, would that be in agreement with what everybody wants? Because we act as a oneness, and when we are in line with what everybody else wants, we know that's going to be the perfect path. If it's not going to be something that's acceptable for everybody, then we're not going to have the power, the strength, the belief systems to be able to unfold that possibility. We all sustain each other. We're all like a little matrix, but we have to create that plane of reality that ends up sustaining the reality that we all want to experience. Right now, we're in the experience of some need to be rich, some need to be poor. We're in the reality that somebody's got to be right and somebody's got to be wrong. And these are the wars that we are creating. It's all of the drama that we want to experience. We have this, some people, Deepak Chopra is saying, if we solved all problems known to man, then we'd be mummified mummies not moving anywhere. And it's like, where did you get that from? I don't want that. That's not the direction I would want to go into. So, but does that mean we don't solve all problems? No, kind of want to solve all problems, but I also don't want to be a mummified mummy, not moving. Kind of want to wake up every day and be excited about life. Kind of want to enjoy things. Kind of want to have a purpose. Kind of want to have a smile on my face. Kind of want to love to live life. You know, what does heaven mean to you? What does it look like? Because we all got to get together and sort of see where is it that we're heading. You know, if we don't have a clear picture on that, we can't create it. Just a thought. Peace out.